Yo guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how I go about looking at different AliExpress computer parts, promotion sales. Again, I'm not sponsored at all. I'm a very small YouTuber still, but I give you my honest opinion. So I got this email, and let's go ahead and see what stands out. So the fact that this is a RX 580, which is in today's world, this is September 2024. You can still game on this, provided you play on low settings. You can play pretty much any game. So let's click on this little guy right here, and let's take a look. So it's $43. That's great. Now, my question is immediately a big no-no. Shipping costs. This again, AliExpress. Everything pretty much comes from China. $56. $56 plus $43. That's just too expensive. So, even though it looks like it's a good price, I would not get this one. I would not get this one because the fact that you have to pay for shipping. So we're going to go ahead and ignore that. I am a big fan of the motherboard CPU RAM combos from AliExpress. So let's take a look at this one. Machinist. I've dealt with their motherboards before. So it looks like it's 55. It said 55. Now it says 43. So guys, a motherboard that's $43. It's hard to come by. Again, you are talking a little bit about a little older technology, the X99. This is mainly for Xeon or server CPUs, which if you've seen my channel, you see that I'm a big fan of gaming on Xeon or Intel Xeon server CPUs. You can still game on them, provided that you hook it up with a good graphics card. $43. I would probably get this. This is a good. I'm surprised this seller is not actually offering a CPU, but we could just grab any CPU here based on the motherboard type, which is a LGA 2011-3. So that's the socket type, so we could focus. But this is a good deal, in my opinion. You can see it says free shipping. This is AliExpress choice, big save, AliExpress commitment. So you have assurances here. So I like that deal. So I would definitely go with that one. Let's look at the next option. Here we go. Interesting. Okay, $115. Let's see what this deal is. This is Kilzer again. This is kind of like their own. I guess these motherboard companies do exist. Or I don't know. Again, this is China. It may be pirated or they make up there, but this is basically just an AMD board, which they just decided to come up with their own company name called Kilzer, if I'm even pronouncing that right. I've dealt with this motherboard before, the A320. But this is a pretty sweet deal. Look at here, guys. For just $115, you're gonna get the motherboard. You're gonna get the CPU, which is a Ryzen 5 2600, which is not that bad. It's on the older side, but still, it's pretty good. And you're gonna get 16. Is it 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM? Yes, it is. So, and you're gonna get free shipping. So, again, that's not a bad deal. I like this. I would probably be tempted to get this and build a very budget, cheap, low-end gaming rig that plays almost anything, mainly esport titles and then some AAA titles on low settings. Though again, it depends on the graphics card that you're gonna hook up with this CPU here. But very interesting. I like that. Let's go ahead and see what else they have. They have a lot of options. I am a huge fan of the RX 5700 XT with 8 gigabytes of video RAM. Let's click on this. It's being sold actually an offer of $147. This is a sweet deal. If you check my channel, I do have some benchmarks exhibiting this graphics card. You're going to get free shipping, so this is a big win in my opinion. You have DDR6 RAM, GDDR6 RAM, 8 gigabytes of video RAM. This is a sweet deal. It's hard to beat this deal actually. If you look here locally in the U.S. market, the Amazon or eBay, it's hard to find a card, this same card for that price. Especially with free shipping, less than 10 days it will arrive to you. So a little bit over a week and a half. So there you go. So this is another good deal that I like. I've tested this graphics card. It's pretty good actually. It's better than the RX. This guy right here, better than the RX 580. And I'm going to show you guys a website that I like to use. It's called Tech Power Up GPU Database. So we're going to do a quick comparison between this graphics card and this other graphics card. So let's go ahead and go inside here and we're going to type RX 5800. We'll go with the first entry here. Actually, this one here, the 2048 SP. I think this is the one, that version of the RX. Yep, RX 2048 SP. So here we are, we have the details, and now what I'm going to do, I like this relative performance little chart here. So what now I'm going to do is search for the RX 5700 XT. So I'm going to do a control find, control F, RX 5700 XT, and there you go. Look at that, guys. So this card, the RX 5700, is about 96% better relative performance than the what we're looking at here, the RX 580. So this is not a bad deal. This is really not a bad deal. You're going to get basically 2 times the power, almost 2 times the power, 96%. This is what we're analyzing here, the RX 580 2048 SP, and this card here, the 5700 XT. So this is a website that I use when I compare one graphics card to another graphics card to see which one is going to render me a better performance. And this one is apparently 96% relative performance better. So it's like basically almost 2 times better. So this is something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and continue looking at other options here. This one here, I recently tested something similar. I'm going to click on it. It does struggle in some titles because the CPU is a bit old, but you get the motherboard and the CPU for just $39. You're going to get free shipping. The only thing that you have to get is some RAM for it. It looks like it takes what type of RAM. It normally tells you what type of RAM. So this is a i5 third generation Intel. I do have some testing on this. It has integrated graphics. We probably would not want to stick to the integrated graphics on this unless you're going to play like esport titles and expect, about average 60 frames per second. Again, it's very dependent on the graphics card, but it's not a bad deal if you're tight on money and you want a game on a low budget. This could be a good deal for you. So I'm going to approve this one here. Let's see what else. There's the GTX 750 Ti with 4 gigabytes. Let me see. Oh, another thing that I forgot to point out is when I'm shopping around, I like on AliExpress. You see right here, you can see there's 17 reviews, 4.9 stars, 59 sold. That's somewhat safe. I've never bought from this vendor, the Kenology, but apparently they have their own GTX 750 Ti. I'm actually interested to see how it is in comparison to the other graphics cards that we just took a look at. So we know that this one is 196% in comparison with the RX. Let's look at the GTX 750 Ti. So look at this. This card is way weaker. You see, this is 41% compared to the 100% that we're focusing on here. What are they asking for? $60, that's way too much. I would not do that. You have better luck on eBay. Again, you have to shop around. Let's go to eBay. I'm interested to see what I can find on eBay. Let's see if we can find that GTX 750 Ti. It's got to be sold for much cheaper. So in this case, you see, we can find some of these cards for $30. You see, it's overpriced. You see, this is a really bad deal. So not everything on AliExpress is a good deal. This is bad. Yeah, it's free shipping, but man, it's crazy. You might as well stay here with something locally, used, if you wanted to get this graphics card. Not that I would recommend it, but you can get it for like $30-something. That's more reasonable. That's more fair. So there you go, guys. There's a bad example of AliExpress. Bad deal, very bad deal there. What else? This is the famous GTX 1080. That's another. It's an old card, but it still holds its ground here in today's gaming market. Here's something. Look at this, $12. Let's click on this. I'll go ahead and end the video pretty soon. So the CPU here, they're selling it to us here for $19. All right. I'm always interested in the motherboard, CPU, RAM combo. I click on this. That's really amazing. For $65 alone, you're going to get the motherboard. This is an Intel. Oh, there you go. Intel third generation. I would try to stay away from that if at all possible, because it does have some issues. Like you play Fortnite on this, it's going to be almost 100% CPU utilization. It's definitely outside its time. But again, do your research, check out other YouTubers that do benchmarks like me, and see if you can find somebody that tested this. I've tested a card a CPU similar to this, but you know it is $65 and you get all this stuff. The RAM, which is 16 gigabytes. I recommend 16 gigabytes of RAM when you're gaming, definitely. So there you go, guys. Just kind of going through. I always get these emails from AliExpress. I do like looking at them because, you know, it's thought-provoking. Like, what is the next system that I want to build, that I want to... Let's see, this is the RX 580. I'm going to click on this guy. Let's see if we do anything better. Yeah, you see, these guys, this vendor here, they're not providing free shipping, so I would definitely stay away from this one here. It's just too much money. It's way too much. But that's it for this video. Nothing else really stands out for me here in this email that I just got. But yeah, guys, let me know if this is helpful. Oh, look at this, 70 something dollars on RX 580. This is still a very popular card. This one does offer free shipping. It's $86. I think you can find this. Actually, no, I don't know. Yeah, let's look on eBay. Let's look on eBay. So $86. It comes from China. It's free shipping. It takes a week and a half, maybe, depending where you live in the U.S. It can be maybe up to 2 weeks to arrive. Let's go to eBay. eBay, normally within a week, within the States, you can get stuff. So let's look at the RX 580 and 8 gigabytes RAM, video RAM, I should say. And there you go. You see this guy, it's a used one, but they're actually adding shipping. So I like to focus buy it now, because I want this graphics card right now. If you have time to wait for it, then auction, or again, you can negotiate. Some of these sellers, you can submit offers. That's the one thing you can do is just try to negotiate the price. Let's see. I want to look for free delivery here on the eBay. I probably should update this video to say, hey, look at eBay as well. But where is the free shipping here? Free shipping. I like free shipping. Free shipping. Man, where is this free shipping? I'm trying to look for. Here we go. Click on this little guy here. Free shipping. Let's see what we have to offer. $100 free shipping. Hey, it comes from China for 100. So somebody's just reselling those graphics card that we saw on AliExpress. This is still too expensive. Still too expensive. Another thing that I like to do, I like to go with buyers, because I've had some bad luck on AliExpress and on eBay by buying something from somebody that's not a top-rated plus seller. So this is still pricey. Let's see, listed parts only. So this one doesn't work. This is just for parts. So make sure you read the details. Let's see if I can find something that's interesting. See, you can offer. You can get this graphics card as a used one. And fan doesn't work. You see, you get parts only. So yeah, we don't want that. See, so you gotta chop around and be very careful where you buy stuff, guys. If seller's honest, they're gonna tell you stuff like that. Some of you people know how to fix fans on a graphics card, so you can definitely fix that yourself. There are videos on explains how to do that, but just trying to look around and see cards are for parts not working. So yeah, we couldn't really find anything. Another option would be to go to Amazon. Let's see what Amazon has to offer. Let's see, RX 580. Let's kind of do 8 gigabytes. That's what we like. So look at this. You can buy a completely brand new one. These are probably resellers from AliExpress selling this card here. But now, this is, it's more pricey than I would like. So again, normally they have some good deals here on AliExpress. Not sure why. This used to be more affordable, like almost half the price. But guys, I'm extending the video. This is oh my gosh, I get just excited when I see these motherboard CPU combos. Okay, they don't offer these. These are out of stock here. Does not seem to be existent. But if you like the motherboard, you can get it for $33, and you can buy separately your own CPU and your own RAM for this. But this combo, what was it being sold for? $80. Not bad, not bad. Another site to compare, just like I showed you guys with the Tech Power Up, how the relative performance. There's another website called CPU Mark Benchmark. And we'll go back and look at this listing here. So they recommending a E5 Xeon E5 2650 V4. So let me go back to here. So the Passmark software, benchmark charts. This I'll try to include this on this video, but I like to go to single thread. Remember, in gaming, mostly you're focusing on single thread. A lot of game developers are still not making use of multi-core CPUs. Some games do. They're now, in 2024, a lot of them are starting to do that. But your safe bet is to look at the single thread. So this is you see, you have the options for desktop, laptop, server. So the Xeon is considered a server CPU. So I'm going to click on CPU mark here. And what I'm going to look for is this guy right here, the 2650. Let me copy this and let's type in the control find E5 hyphen. There you go, V4. There we go. So here you go. So we found it here. So this is the, if you middle mouse click here, this gives you a score of 1704. The higher the score, the better the CPU. So you can find out some more details. This has 12 cores, so if you're going to do a lot of multitasking, this is a good CPU. But let's see. Let's compare. Let's compare some. So what I like to do again, this is server. So this is the server CPU. Let's see if we can find a comparable CPU here. A comparable CPU that's a desktop CPU and that has either a very similar price but a higher gigahertz. The gigahertz is the speed of the CPU. So let's go back and hit the back button here. Let's go to desktops here. And let's see if we can find something that beats so that one had a score of 1704. Let's see if we can go, of course, I'm just going to pick, okay, so here we go. This CPU I've tested quite a bit. It has a score of 2596, 2596. This CPU I think you can find right now on Amazon for, let's see, 70 bucks. I think so. I think it is. I think it is. So we just, let's do a comparison. Again, I'm trying to find something that's better than the Xeon, which wouldn't be too hard, but is similar price. So anyway, let's stick to here. Let's see. So this one is better. You're going to get better performance. Let me middle mouse click that. And we can look at the numbers here. So we have a single thread rating of 2596 versus 1704 here. So, but let's see why it is that way. It's all boils down to, this is an older server CPU, but this CPU will be very affordable. So let me copy this and let me go back to eBay. And I know eBay sells a lot of these ones, the Xeons here. Let's go ahead and search for that and see what type of CPU we're talking about here. Let's see. So I got to make sure I find this one. Here we go. We found this one. Somebody's selling this for $18, $19. All right. So that's stuff you got to keep in mind. This one here is the Ryzen 5 4500 on Amazon. I know I can find that. So let's go to Amazon and search to see what we can find it here. And it looks like it's about, like I told you, $70. I tested it not too long ago. So this CPU is better, but look, you're going to pay nearly $70 versus $19. That's a huge difference in price, but again, that explains the performance. But from my testing, yes, it depends. What would be interesting is to take this Xeon, pair it up with, say, a RTX 4070, and then pair this CPU with the same GPU, the RTX 4070, and see how much more FPS you're going to get because you have a better processor. There is going to be a difference. The CPU here will do much better because it has a better score than this CPU over here. But again, it depends on you. Are you willing? Is the significance in FPS going to be that much? That is really the question for you here. Again, I think I just get really excited talking about these type of videos. This is what I spend a lot of my time doing, and just trying to educate you guys as to where does it make sense? Is it so $20 versus a 50? So this guy is a $70 CPU, and this guy is a $20. So there's a difference of $50. What if you decide to save that $50 and get a better graphics card? or because you can, save some money. Would it, it all depends. It really all depends. But again, I am a big fan of Xeons. I have a little bit of bias because from my testing, there's not much of a huge difference in the FPS, especially if you do an apples to apples comparison where you have the same graphics card paired up with this CPU versus this CPU here. So maybe if you guys are interested, I could try to do a test like that and show you how much more percentage, and if that percentage is significant enough for you to really justify paying $50 more for a CPU versus saving, getting this CPU here, this guy right here, for $70 versus this guy right here for $20, essentially $20. So there you go, guys. I talked a lot, and we talked about AliExpress. We talked about Tech Power Up, how to compare graphics cards. We talked about CPU, Passmark software, CPU mark benchmarks to see how you compare one CPU with another CPU. We did some price comparison between Amazon, eBay, and of course AliExpress. Let me know if this is helpful and I can make more videos like this. Again, a lot of things to consider when you're buying computer parts. Let me know if this is helpful, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Be blessed, God bless, and goodbye.